Good evening. Welcome to the Township of Abington's Board of Commissioners meeting for Thursday, May the 11th, 2017. And may we have a roll call, please?
Here.
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 Myers. Here. Markman.
Here.
Schreiber.
Here.
Bowman.
Here.
Placido.
Here.
Barron.
Here.
Gillespie.
Here.
Becker.
Here.
Kalinowski.
Here.
Klein.
Here.
Zucker.
Here. Be advised, Commissioner Drew Rothman is excused. And now, would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, I have the privilege of introducing to all our new Township Manager, Mr. Richard J. Manfredi. Richard, could you please stand? Thank you. Thank you, Richard. At this time, I'd like to call on Chief Livingood for a presentation.
Thank you, President Luker. And I would ask Sergeant Roger Gillespie to step to the podium to start this off for us.
Good evening. On April 5th of this year, Pennsylvania Family Support Alliance held their first ever Pennsylvania Blue Ribbon Champion Awards at the Capitol Building in Harrisburg. The ceremony kicked off Child Abuse Prevention Month in Pennsylvania and was held to raise awareness and honor those who work tirelessly, often without recognition, to improve the lives of others. Abington's Jan Harris was selected from dozens of nominees from across the state of Pennsylvania as only one of 3 volunteers who were recognized for their efforts in the community. In 1993, after she experienced a violent crime, Jan started a journey to advocate for all crime victims. Then Governor Ridge appointed her to the Victim Services Advisory Committee on the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency in 1995, where she served for 8 years. In 2001, Jan became the coordinator of Abington Township Police Department's Volunteer Victims Liaison Unit. In this capacity, she supported crime victims and makes them aware of resources to aid in their physical, emotional, and financial recovery. The program's philosophy that every victim and witness should be treated with dignity, compassion, and respect in the aftermath of a crime. Last year, the Victims Liaison Unit contacted 798 crime victims. And already this year, Jan and the volunteers she works with have assisted 280 victims. Abington Township is one of the only departments in Montgomery County to offer this invaluable service to the community. Jan also volunteers with our Police Athletic League and has helped bring the Love Is Not Abuse and Darkness to Light programs to our PAL Center. In addition to her volunteer work with Abington, Jan currently volunteers with the Victim Service Center of Montgomery County.
Thank you, Sergeant. Commissioner Schreiber, you step forward and present a plaque for us, please.
Jan, you want to step forward, please?
Congratulations to you. Jan Harris, for your countless hours of volunteering and your dedication to helping victims of crime in Abington Township, Montgomery County, this is for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With Jan tonight, are some of the many people who are here on a Tuesday night volunteering to assist her. And I'd like to ask them to stand as well and be recognized for what they do for us. Go ahead, Jen.
I just want to thank the commissioners here. I truly am blessed to live in such a great township. Abington is not one of the 100s, but the first and the best. And this police department is just fabulous. The care and the compassion that they have for victims of crime. The fact that we have this unit and that we don't have to leave victims just in our community stuck in their victimization. So I appreciate the opportunity that I have, and I'm very humbled to accept this. And I'm so grateful to my many volunteers who come in and do whatever I ask them and help, and they're so compassionate, and they truly have a heart to serve victims of crime also. So thank you for this award and this recognition. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you very much. And thank you, Commissioner Shriver and Chief Livingood. At this time, I'd like to call on Commissioner Stephen Kalinowski for a presentation.
I'm going to bring Commissioner Hecker with me. So, Jenna Lancaster, if you could come up here. Jenna is a good family friend, and I love all these people in this section are really good friends. And Jenna graduated on Friday with valedictorian magna cum laude. She is, which is the highest achieving student in the class of 2017 out of Penn State, Abington. So I did get a call from Madeline Dean's office, and they said they would be here, but I guess they're running late. But I would love to give you an honor. And Jenna was one of the recipients of the Abington Penn State Scholarship Fund that we, as the Board of Commissioners, offer every year. And she contacted me, and then we contacted Tom Hecker, who is her commissioner. So, and then Chuck Marsh here could tell us a little bit after we get done giving Jenna this award about the scholarship and the availability to the scholarship. So you have to be a Penn State resident. Jenna is a lifelong Penn State resident, Abington resident and student at Penn State. You can tell I'm not always good talking on this thing, but we're doing okay. So Tom, if you'd like to present Jenna with the recognitions.
Thank you, Steve. Jenna, this is a plaque, and it says, in recognition of your outstanding educational contribution and an honor in your achievement to graduate as a communications major and a business minor, the Abington Township Board of Commissioners, Montgomery County, wishes to commend you on your accomplishments and congratulate you on this milestone. Congratulations. Excuse me, folks.
All right.
So Chuck, if you could, Chuck, real quick, tell us a little bit about your scholarship, and then we'll have Jenna introduce the people that are probably more prouder of her than I'm very proud of you, so we'll get you to do that.
That's great. Thanks, Stephen. I just appreciate an opportunity just to talk about this scholarship very quickly. Tonight we're recognizing Jenna Lancaster as a recipient of one of five $5,000 scholarships that are available to Abington residents who attend Penn State Abington. And it's a huge opportunity when we're able to make an already affordable world-class Penn State education even more affordable. Access to education is an important part of who we are at Penn State Abington, and we're pleased to see it represented in Jenna this evening. So that's exciting. I also want to mention that awarding scholarships such as this to students like Jenna simply aren't possible without the help of our elected officials. And so it's our thanks to the members of the board, especially Commissioners Kalinowski and Hecker, and I understand Representative Dean was supportive in this effort as well. All of these elected officials are in touch with their constituents regularly and can connect the college to deserving students in ways we simply cannot do on our own. So we're very grateful to cooperate and work with our elected officials to make all this come together. So thank you, and congratulations, Jenna.
Thanks, Chuck. All right, real quick, Madeline Dean just ran in from another event she was at the high school, giving out awards for achievement. Yeah, you were.
To other Abington High School graduates. You're an Abington girl, right? Yeah. Mr. President, thanks for allowing me to come in real quickly. Commissioners, it is my privilege and honor to come here. I just came from the high school. Your son did a beautiful job. Anthony did a beautiful job awarding a student. And when he was introduced, they freely said, a 1995 graduate of Abington High School. They introduced me, and I think they were afraid to say what year I was graduated. So I gave it up 40 years ago, 1977. So I beat Anthony.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's a good thing. In any event, it is a real privilege to be here with you. Come on, step up if you don't mind. I wanted to read you this citation from the Pennsylvania House of Representatives because we're so proud of you, and we like recognizing smart, talented, dedicated, caring people in our community. So if I'll read just a little bit of it. Jenna Lancaster is being honored for her achievement as valedictorian at the 2017 Penn State Abington Commencement Ceremony. Jenna Lancaster was graduated from Penn State on May 5th, 2017. Ms. Lancaster was chosen from among her peers to serve as the commencement ceremony's co-valedictorian. She was chosen for her academic record, her leadership abilities, her community involvement. She was graduated magna cum laude with a degree in corporate communications and plans to pursue a career in marketing and event planning. She is a lifelong Abington resident, like a lot of people in this room. Prior to Penn State, she attended Abington High School and was awarded the Penn State Abington Local Student Scholarship. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania pays tribute to Jenna Lancaster upon her well-deserved recognition and offers best wishes for the continuation of her many worthwhile and beneficial endeavors. So it's my pleasure to offer you this citation and say congratulations and best wishes in all that you do. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Real quick, Jenna, would you like to introduce your family?
So, a lot of my family is here tonight to recognize this, and I just want to say thank you for supporting me and helping me through this experience, even though it was tough on all of you, as well as me. But yeah, they all came out. So, and again, thank you, Mr. Hecker and Stephen, and thank you, Mr. Marsh.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you to our State Representative Madeline Dean, Commissioner Stephen Kalinowski, and Mr. Tom Hecker, Commissioner Tom Hecker, and also the recipient, Gina Lancaster, and her family. Thank you. If we could take a slight intermission as the families exit the room. Thank you. Nathan, are we good, sir? Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll resume our meeting at this time, and I'd like to call on Vice President Stephen Klein for approval of the minutes.
Thank you, President Luker. I'd like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for our Board of Commissioners meeting of April 13th, 2017.
Second.
So move.
Second.
Second, it's been moved and seconded. Any comments from commissioners or staff? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The motion passes. Okay, at this time, I'd like to call on, or take a moment to have the public make comments on any agenda items that are on our agenda for this evening. I don't have anyone signed up at this time, but if anyone in the public wants to make a comment on any item that's on the agenda this evening, come to the microphone, state your name and address, and if you would restrict your comments to 3 minutes, it would be greatly appreciated. Name and address for the record, please. These are agenda items. Thank you. Could you pull the microphone down, please?
Is that okay?
No, not quite. Kevin, could you help with the microphone?
I think I broke it.
I did.
Sure, Hacker broke the microphone.
It was in my pocket, literally.
My name's Rebecca Landau, and I live at 739 Beta Road. I think that everyone on the council attended the public affairs meeting last week, but as I just want to reiterate what I stated at the meeting at the Pennsylvania elected legislators draw district lines for voting, and with legislators drawing lines, districts are not created with citizens in mind, but in the legislator's interest to keep him or herself in power. This, as I mentioned, is a conflict of interest which we have the power to change. 2 bipartisan bills have been proposed, one in the Pennsylvania Senate and one in the Pennsylvania House, advocating for an independent citizens commission in charge of both legislative and congressional redistricting. A constitutional amendment is required in Pennsylvania to create a citizens commission. For a constitutional amendment to be enacted, it must be initiated and approved by 2 successive legislative sessions. Then voters must approve it in a public referendum. So there's not a lot of time to act, and all this must be done prior to the 2020 census. As of last week, there were 56 townships in the Commonwealth that had written resolutions to the Pennsylvania legislators to create the momentum for the Pennsylvania legislative to act. And as of last night, Cheltenham Township unanimously voted for a resolution on redistricting. So I would ask that a resolution from Abington Township in coordination with other townships throughout the state will let our legislators know that we want them to move forward on this important issue of writing a resolution for redistricting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Landau. Thank you. Any other residents want to speak on agenda items only? Name and address for the record, and if you would adhere to the 3-minute rule, we would greatly appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Suzanne Franks. I live at 2435 Edgecombe Avenue, and I just want to say I agree with everything that the previous speaker said. I'm very much in favor of this resolution. I think having fair districts is one of the really important issues facing us right now, to make sure that every citizen's vote counts and that we can have really fair elections and take partisanship out of our politics. And I would really appreciate having this resolution passed so that, like, my individual voice can be amplified to the State House to let them know that this issue is really important and they need to act on it now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other comments on agenda items? Name and address, please.
Jim Sharp, 2073 Oakdale Avenue. I just wanted to reiterate what I said at the Public Affairs Committee meeting last week, that remind everyone that I think this is an issue in this time of legislative blockage in terms of anything that goes by, that this is something that everyone agrees on. There can be bipartisan agreement that the current system is just wrong. And so I would ask us to take the leadership in Abington to support this resolution so that we can have impartial, transparent, and accountable redistricting. So let's do the right thing and move forward with this so we can get this timeline rolling. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, my name is Nina Bisbee. I live at 160 Woodpecker Road in Abington Township. And I just want to add my voice to the others before me that redistricting is drawing fair districts is really important to our democracy, and we need to address this issue as soon as possible. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public on agenda items only? Again, any others? Okay, if that be the case, then we'll move on to our regular agenda, and I'd like to first call on Commissioner Tom Hecker, Director of Public Works.
Thank you, President Luker. I promise not to break this microphone as well. We have two agenda items, which I'll explain in a moment. The first is PW1, and this is a motion to adopt Resolution Number 17-015, authorizing the Township of Abington to submit an application formally requesting a grant of funds from the Watershed Restoration and Protection Program for 2017, and I so move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any comments from commissioners? Any from staff? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
Thank you. PW2 is a motion to approve and enter into contract with Almeida and Hudak Contractors, LLC, for the 2017 Capital Phase 1 Storm Sewer Projects in the amount of $1,014,885 to be funded from account number 07-00-967-7200, and I so move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any comments from commissioners? Any from staff? If there are none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
Thank you. PW3 has been deleted, but I want to remind those both in attendance and watching this meeting that we had a presentation at last week's Public Works Committee meeting from Township Engineer Mike Powers about the Abington Township MS4 Stormwater Plan. We are in the midst of a 30-day comment period. Both the presentation and the ability to leave feedback is on the Township's main webpage. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Hecker. At this time, can I please call on Commissioner Ben Sanchez, Director of Code Enforcement, Land Development.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has no official business at this time. I did, if the President will indulge me, want to make a quick comment commending the board for the zoning code that we passed, the new zoning code, and rewrite back on April 27th. I think it was a long-standing effort, and I wanted to especially thank Vice President Klein for all the hard work in driving that process. A lot of the township staff, too, I know was involved with that, and fellow commissioners, of course, and the County Planning Commission as well, Mike Narkowicz, Director Mateo, Zoning Officer Pennical. I'm sure I missed somebody, but just wanted to say it was the conclusion of a long effort, many years, many public meetings, and we sort of had a long meeting the other night, and I don't know if we were ready to applaud at the end of that, but it was good and wanted to say something tonight. So thank you, Mr. President, and that concludes the business of the Code Enforcement and Land Development Committee meeting for this evening.
Good comments. Thank you very much, sir. At this time, Commissioner Laurie Shriver, Director of Public Safety.
Thank you, President Luker. PS1 is a motion to adopt ordinance number 2138, amending Chapter 156, Vehicles and Traffic, Article 2, Traffic Regulations, Section 14, Stop Intersections, and Article 3, Parking Regulations, Section 25, Parking Prohibited at all times, no parking between signs, no parking here to corner, parking prohibited except certain hours, no stopping or standing, and I so move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any comments from commissioners? Any from staff? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
PS2 is a motion to promote Sergeant Christopher Porter to the rank of probationary lieutenant effective May 12, 2017, provided he successfully completes the remaining portions of the promotional process, and I so move.
Second.
The motion has been seconded. Any comments from commissioners? Comments from staff? There are none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
PS3 is a motion to promote Sergeant Stephen Fink to the rank of probationary lieutenant effective May 12, 2017, provided he successfully completes the remaining portions of the promotional process, and I so move.
Second.
The motion has been seconded. Comments from commissioners? Comments from staff? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
And PS4 is a motion to promote Sergeant Edward Quinn to the rank of probationary lieutenant effective May 12, 2017, provided he successfully completes the remaining portions of the promotional process, and I so move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any comments from commissioners? Comments from staff? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
And that concludes our agenda this evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Shriver. Commissioner John Spiegelman, Director of Public Affairs.
Thank you very much, President Luker. Public Affairs has 3 items tonight. The first is PA1. This is a motion authorizing the proper township officials to contract with MJM Systems Incorporated for a 5-year term in an amount not to exceed $160,000 for the data center upgrade. Funds will be drawn from capital accounts reserved for this purpose, and I so move.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Comments from commissioners? Comments from staff? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
Item PA2 is resolution number 17-016. This is a motion to adopt resolution number 17-016, authorizing the disposition of right-to-know requests dated April 2015 and prior, and I so move.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any comments from commissioners? From staff? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
And finally, we have item PA3, resolution number 17-017, gerrymandering of districts. This is a motion to adopt resolution number 17-017 in support of a Citizens Commission for Legislative and Congressional Redistricting, and I so move.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any comments from commissioners? Commissioner Farron.
Thank you, President Luker. This is just something I've been thinking about all week since our meeting last Wednesday night, and I'm a little bit frustrated with myself because this is something I support. I'm voting for this tonight, and I'm very comfortable voting for this tonight, especially because I've done some research on it, and specifically because we're just passing a resolution. We're not the ones who are writing the actual law. I think if we were writing the law, I would be much more vociferous and animated in some of my concerns. But I would be remiss if I didn't, I think, make a comment about this because I'm a little bit frustrated with the chronology, as I mentioned last week. We're presented the resolution, and then we're asked to vote on it, and we're invited to a meeting that's taking place after we're taking a vote on it. And I worry about the haste of that. I think when things are being rushed through, I wonder why. Even when things that seem very good and positive, like this on the surface, deserve some more investigation, some research and conversation, because even if we want to move forward, some of that conversation might clarify how we choose to move forward in a way that is beneficial for all. And so I'm going to make a recommendation, a suggestion, a plea, just a statement maybe, that as they move forward, with the Fair District's people, because I think I agree with Mr. Sharp, we had a conversation, I agree with everything about this. If you're going to invite a vote from a commissioning board somewhere or a township board, and you're going to invite them to a meeting, that the chronology lines up a little bit better. I think I'd be much more comfortable in the long term if I knew we had information on this, we discussed it, we had a resolution that maybe reflected some of that discussion a little more. That would be much more a clear voice as the township board endorsing such a positive move, right? I think we all have seen gerrymandering maps that look a little ridiculous and aren't reflecting the votes of the people in our wards, let alone in our state. And I think the important point that's been made last week, the fact that Montgomery County doesn't have any representation at the federal level. But I think that would be very beneficial in terms of being clear, being consistent, and making sure we're not just voting for something because it's good, but we're voting for something because we embrace all aspects of it.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments from commissioners? Commissioner Spiegelman.
President Luker, I just want to quickly thank, I'd like to thank the members of the Public Affairs Committee for passing this through so we can vote on it here tonight. And certainly all of the residents who came out both last week and tonight to make their voices heard, all the many folks who've emailed, sent Facebook messages, and the excellent folks from Fair Districts PA who are working throughout our Commonwealth on this initiative. And it's really a movement to change the way that redistricting happens in Pennsylvania that in a way that will benefit everybody and really make everybody's voice truly count. And then again, as I'd like to reiterate my thanks to my friend Commissioner Sanchez for all of his help in getting this resolution where it is tonight. Thank you, Mr. President.
Any other comments from commissioners? Comments from staff? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
Mr. President, that concludes the business of the Public Affairs Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Spiegelman. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Vice President Stephen Klein, Director of the Finance Committee.
Thank you, President Luker. First, I'd like to call upon Treasurer Jay Blumenthal for the Treasurer's report.
I think Commissioner Hecker broke this one also.
Put it in the budget.
Thanks, Commissioner Klein. Monies received from the various deposits for the month of April and deposited into Republic Bank was a total of $20,053,501, compared to last year was $17,058,195, which is a decent increase of $2,995,306. Year-to-date, we had $37,542,664, compared to $36,138,314, which is an increase year-to-date of $1,404,350. I will tell you that the business taxes have been flowing in very nicely. We're ahead of last year, and we're still processing. We've been inundated with mail. So that's a good thing. We don't rely just on the mall. As for real estate taxes, for the month of April, Tax Department collected $14,416,968, which is an increase over April of 16 of $2,148,519. Year-to-date, we've collected 86% in a total amount of $23,333,008, with a balance collected of 14%, $3,776,787. I might add that even though we might have our commissioners meeting before the next due date, the actual due date before it goes into penalty for the current real estate tax due is June 12th. So anybody you know that hasn't paid their bill yet, they got to hit it by that date. That's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Treasurer Blumenthal. FC1, motion to A, approve the March expenditures as previously circulated to the board in the amount of $2,520,974.43 in salary and wages, in the amount of $2,745,905.61, and B, authorize the proper officials to sign vouchers in the payment and bills and contracts as they mature through the month of June 2017, and I so move.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. May I have a roll call, please?
Yes.
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 FC2, motion to approve the advance and travel expense activity for March 2017 as previously circulated to the board. Advance and travel expense reports are $0 and $1,570.90, respectively. 3-month expenses totaled $4,582.19, and I so move.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any comments from commissioners? Comments from staff? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
FC3, motion to approve the clearing fund, the deferred revenue expense activity, and petty cash balances for the month of March as previously circulated to the board. Clearing fund receipts and disbursements for the month of March 2017 were $860.95 and $211.11, respectively. Deferred revenue expense receipts and disbursements for the month of March 2017 were $904.50 and $0, respectively, and I so move.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Comments from commissioners? Any from staff? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The motion passes.
FC4, motion to authorize up to $30,000 to be expensed from 2017 contingency expense account number 010100025299 for the removal and/or maintenance of trees and on township-owned properties, and I so move.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any comments from commissioners? Comments from staff? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
That concludes the Finance Committee agenda for this evening.
Thank you, Vice President Klein. That concludes our formal agenda. So at this time, I will take public comment on non-agenda items. Any comments from residents on non-agenda items? Okay, so with that, we'll move right into closing comments from commissioners. Start with Commissioner Tom Bowman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just to let people know that Roslyn's second annual Community Day and Fair will be at the Roslyn Park on Saturday, June 3rd. I believe it commences at 12 noon, or maybe a little bit later, 12 or 1 o'clock, so throughout the afternoon. So please attend. It was a good time last year. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner DePlacido.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to welcome our new township manager, Mr. Manfredi, and just a warning, don't get used to these early ends. And as always, when driving through Abington Township, please drive like your kids live here. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
President.
you, sir. Commissioner Farron.
Thank you, President Luker. I'd like to echo those sentiments. Welcome, Mr. Manfredi, to Abington Township. Look forward to a great working relationship. I'd like to encourage everybody to sign up for the Run with Pride 5K that is taking place in early June. This is a great cause in coordination with the Kevin from Heaven Foundation. It provides educational scholarships. It's a great event, good time, great community atmosphere. I want to thank the chief. I've been working with Sean Williams, Officers Posey and Fried on a couple different issues, ongoing long-term issues. I just want to thank, on behalf of those three, myself and the entire Abington Police Force. Summer's coming, and I know most kids just want to stop learning, and most teachers want to stop teaching. But summer is really an opportunity to take your kids and engage them a little bit more. Education doesn't have to be in a classroom. There are a lot of things you can do. Philadelphia is fortunate to be, I think, the largest single concentration of institutions of higher education in the country within a 50-mile radius. They all offer summer programs for kids. So if your son or daughter likes gaming and they don't want to do anything else, maybe get them into coding. If they like sports but they're not going to play for the Phillies, maybe get them into a managing program. There's a lot of alternative things you can do to engage their interests, maybe challenge them, but find their strengths and supplement those. I want to thank Mr. Michelot, who's not here tonight, for the FC4 that we just voted on. It's very helpful and beneficial for the people in my community, my ward. And again, I want to echo Commissioner Spiegelman's concept and thank you to the residents in Fair Districts. It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Farron. Commissioner Gillespie.
I just wanted to mention that I saw on the news earlier this evening, Dino's, our local restaurant, is on the news. It's something with Tory. I don't know, it's NBC. Is that Channel 503 on Verizon? Anyway, try and catch it because it's, I think it's neat. Something local is on television. And also welcome to Mr. Manfredi. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Hecker.
Thank you, President Luker. I also want to echo the sentiments, Mr. Manfredi. Welcome to Abington Township. We look forward to working with you to advance the interest of the community, and I look forward to getting to know you better. And I guess secondly, I want to take the opportunity to wish a happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers in the community. Don't forget, gentlemen. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, Commissioner Hecker. Commissioner Kalinowski.
Thank you, Wayne. I'd like to also welcome Richard. Thank you for taking the time yesterday to meet with me, and we had a good conversation. I think this is going to be a good for Abington. Also, the 24-hour relay is the 20th and 21st. We need plenty of volunteers, so if anybody has 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, you're more than welcome to come join us. Hopefully it'll be a beautiful, sunshiny day, and we've suffered through rain for many years, and John Livingood is going to be one of our keynote speakers, so of course it's going to be sunshine when John's there. Chief, thank you. Congratulations to the class of 2017 and to Jenna Lancaster. Great job there. And happy Mother's Day to my wife and everybody else out there that's mothers. And I know it's not an easy job, but keep it going. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Klein.
Thank you, President Luker. Just a public service announcement. I blame Mike Powers for all of this. They are going to be closing the Susquehanna-Washington Lane Bridge on the 24th to do a water main connection, which is supposedly lasting for 2 months. The bridge will be closed between 9 and 3:30 a.m., 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Along with that, Mike has chosen, no, it's all not on Mike's fault, just like to blame Mike. They've also chosen to continue doing gas main work in Washington Lane and other water main work. So from Old York Road to Susquehanna Road Bridge on Washington Lane, we'll have various road closures. So for the next 7 months, Mike has scheduled a lot of road closures on Washington Lane.
We're also doing a storm sewer, too.
Oh, right. Yeah, Mike had to throw in there a storm sewer. The positive to this whole thing is hopefully by October, Angela could pave the whole street for us.
That's correct.
So, but no, Mike and Tim have been great trying to coordinate everything, and look forward to getting this over.
Thank you. Commissioner Dennis Sapone.
Just as a reminder to my residents, the third annual Ardsley Yard Sale will take place on Saturday, June 3rd from 8 to 1. And I want to welcome aboard our new township manager, Mr. Manfredi. Welcome aboard, Paisan.
Thank you, Commissioner Sapone. Commissioner Spiegelman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Indeed, welcome, Manager Manfredi. Looking very forward to working with you. Congratulations to our honorees tonight, Jan Harris, for her exceptional work in one of the most difficult areas, victim services, and of course to Jenna Lancaster for her outstanding achievement. I also want a quick shout out to Lily Saul, who is Ward 11, the senior high and Highland Elementary alums' own National Merit Scholar. So congratulations to her and her wonderful family. Couple of events coming up. One that Commissioner Farron mentioned, the Fair Districts meeting is going to be Wednesday, May 17th, 7 to 9 p.m. at the Abington Friends Meeting House, which is 520 Meeting House Road in Jenkintown. Another event coming up on actually that same night, so you kind of have to be in two places at once. There is for those who don't want to leave home but are very into Facebook, there's a Facebook chat, a live Facebook chat on the Abington Police Department Facebook page with our own traffic safety manager, First Class Officer Al Freed. That's going to also be Wednesday, May 17th, 7 to 8 p.m. And again, just go to the Abington Township Police Department Facebook page, and the chat will start. And Al always has very comprehensive answers to a lot of things. And thank you, Commissioner Hecker, for the Mother's Day reminder. I was actually going to get my wife a brand new microphone, but Commissioner Hecker broke it. But happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, including my wife. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Spiegelman. Commissioner Sanchez.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just to pile on the welcome to Mr. Manfredi, look forward to working with you. And that's it for me this evening.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Peggy Myers.
Thank you. Mr. Manfredi, welcome to Abington. I am committed to your success because your success is our success. So we'll be working very hard on your behalf and with you. Just something personal. Tonight, for the first time since I've had a cell phone, I forgot my cell phone, and I always want my cell phone in case I have an emergency with my husband. So the irony is my husband brings my cell phone in case I get a call from him for an emergency. Thank you, honey.
Thank you, Commissioner Myers. Commissioner Markman.
So welcome, Manager Manfredi, and as the kind of economic development liaison, we're looking for the ratables of Conshohocken without the traffic. So,
thank you, Commissioner Michael Markman. Commissioner Lori Schreiber.
Thank you. I want to congratulate all of our newly promoted police lieutenants, first of all. And I don't know when the next meeting is, if this is before or after them, but we have a couple events coming up in the Roslyn area. As Commissioner Bowman already said, we have on June 3rd, Roslyn Day. But in addition, on May 29th, we have our annual Memorial Day Parade, and which starts at St. John's and goes through the town. Last year it was rained out, so hopefully we don't have that happen this year. So that's May 29th. The following weekend, June 3rd, we have the Roslyn Community Day, and the weekend after that, June 10th, we have the Roslyn Pet Fair. So we have a lot of good events coming up soon. I also wanted to mention, in addition to Dino's being on TV tonight, Briarbush was also recently on TV, and they were mentioned in the paper as one of the 10 best day trips in Pennsylvania. So they've been getting a lot of kudos as well. Wow. So congratulations to our Briarbush. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Schreiber. And I'll close by first wishing best wishes to our new township manager, Mr. Richard Manfredi. Thank you, sir, for taking the job, and dealing with the 15 of us should be a challenge. Next, I'd like to thank also Jan Harris and Gina Lancaster for their awards tonight, and also give kudos from Commissioner Sanchez to Vice President Klein, staff members Larry Mateo, Mark Pennical, County Mark Narkowicz, and all those who were involved with the zoning ordinance rewrite. For those of you who can see this on TV, this was a compilation of over 5 years of work, about 7 years of work, so... Lost track. But this is hard work and hard-earned, and congratulations to all that did that, who worked on it. The last two comments I have, I was just made aware of a symposium being conducted this Saturday, May 13th, from 12 noon to 3 in the afternoon, and it's being hosted by the Abington Police Athletic League, PAL, and the Dream Builders Optimist Club of Lower Montco, and it's a Respect for Law program. Now, it's for teenagers ages 13 and above are invited to participate. This is a program that's going to work for Respect of Law program at the First Baptist Church of Crestmont at Fairview and Rubicon Avenues. This is going to be a good program because it's going to try to inspire respect for the law among young people. So again, it's this coming Saturday, May 13th, from 12 to noon at First Baptist Church of Crestmont. Again, the Police Athletic League, PAL, and the Optimist Club of Lower Montco. And on the heels of that, I just want to give special kudos to one of our police officers, Sergeant Roger Gillespie, who I was on the phone with as early as an hour and a half ago. My special thanks to Roger for his intervention on a very delicate matter that occurred in my ward. He was very professional and used great judgment in his handling of the situation. So his immediate supervisor, Lieutenant Warner, is out of town, but Chief Livingood, I just wanted to make mention of Sergeant Gillespie's handling of a situation that it really required a lot of fine judgment, and he exhibited everything that you could ask for. So thank you, sir. So with that, if there are no other comments, I would like to thank all those who attended, and a good night to all, and thank you for attending our meeting. Meeting's adjourned.